There's a backstory to everything, and today I picked up a bag of Fritos and ate it and realized, I've been eating Fritos for a long time. Most of my life, I suppose, I've had Fritos, and it's the same flavor. They haven't changed through the years, but I wondered where in the name of Sam Hill did Fritos come from? I'm interested in business and business startups and business development. And that led me to study a little bit about the life of the founder of Fritos, Charles Elmer Doolin, who was born in 1903 in Kansas City. His dad was an engineer who invented a process that uh, probably was a precursor of steel belt radial tires. And he invented some other things. But Doolin worked at the food industry, and he was interested in ways to diversify, and he was interested in ways to make products that would be appealing. And so one day he came across Gustavo Olguin, who had listed for sale on a recipe, a very original recipe for fried corn chips, and also a potato ricer that could be used in that process. And he had 19 retail accounts already, and Doolin tasted them at Olguin's store, and he liked what he saw, and he bought the entire business venture for $100. And then he began in his mother's kitchen with his father and mother and his brother Earl to make those chips. And Olguin first used the potato ricer and some a pre-made masa, which is corn dough, and they began to develop Fritos. They chartered the Frito company in 1932, and then in 33 he got a patent for a hammer press to produce the chips more efficiently and quickly. And then it just spread out to manufacturing plants and innovations, but the same Frito corn chip. He had the idea for clip racks. He invented some processes for stocking stores, salespeople coming in and stocking the stores. In 1952, they bought Champion Chili, and they bought a controlling interest in Texas Tavern, which made bean dip. And so, you had something to dip your Fritos in. And it was kind of a Tex-Mex kind of process, but Doolin was also an early investor in Disneyland when it opened in 1955. And he built a restaurant there called Casa de Fritos. And, his eye was always open for opportunities. He got married, he had some kids, got divorced, did it again. He was a health food uh, aficionado. He was a follower of Dr. Herbert Shelton, who was an advocate of natural hygiene and alternative health practices. He was just a master entrepreneur, and he had lots of business interests. With the help of an agronomist, he began working on hybridizing to create corn with just the perfect flavor for his corn chips. He began to import sesame seed oil, and he grew corn and soybean and safflower. He was just an all-around guy. He owned Frito Farms, and that was all over Texas. And uh, those were just some of his ventures. But as he lived his life, he was a member of the Southwest Agricultural Institute. He was on the board of trustees of Texas Research Foundation. He was a board member of Texas Bank and Trust Company and Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and Natural Foods Associates and American Natural Hygiene Society. He was a member of Texas Livestock Marketing Association. He was a charter member of the Dallas Athletic Club and lots of other stuff. He was a trustee of the Dallas Museum of Fine Arts. He And then he died of a heart attack in 1959, and he was only 56 years old. And at the time of his death, the Frito company employed 3,500 people after he bought it for $100 and produced products all through the nation and in foreign countries. And they had sales at $60 million at that time. In 1961, the company merged with the H.W. Lay and Company, and it became Frito Lay. So the next time you have a bag of Fritos, remember there's a story behind it. What's your story? And where are you going with it? And who will be telling your story 50 years from now?